Greetings everyone, thank you for coming to my channel. In this video, you'll be learning about prepositions of agent and instrument. And as of lately, before I get started with my videos, I like to express gratitude. So I wanted to start by thanking you guys for all of your love and support. Thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos for one. Thank you to everyone who's been sharing my videos, and to everyone who's been liking my videos as well. And I've gotten a couple of comments, so thank you for the comments as well, because the feedback really helps me. And don't forget, you're welcome to give me positive feedback and negative feedback, as long as the negative feedback is respectful. And to me, it's not really negative feedback. I would call it constructive criticism. But yeah, it's so nice to see this page growing. And by growing, I mean my goal with this page was to build a community of like-minded people. But another one of my goals was also to provide value with my content. And when I see that people are liking my videos and sharing my videos, that means that I'm providing value. So I'm really happy to know that. But it's also been a win-win situation for me, because not only am I teaching others, but I've been teaching myself as well. Like, before I post these videos, like, of course I already have a lot of knowledge on certain things, but I wasn't taught about a lot of these subjects. So I do a lot of research before I put my videos together and before I post them, of course, because I want to make sure that the information I post is accurate. And of course, I want to make sure that I'm educated as well. To me, it's not just about posting a video. To me, it's about making sure that I'm well informed and educated on certain topics, so that I can make sure you guys are well informed and educated on certain topics. So again, thank you guys for allowing me to do that, by giving me this platform to do that, and by supporting my platform. So thank you so much. Okay, now let's get to the video. Okay, so prepositions of agent and instrument tell us who is doing the action and what was used to do the action. The agent is the person or source that is doing the action, and the instrument is what was used to do the action. So I found it important to include this slide where I'm defining agent and instrument, because that threw me off. I was like, prepositions of agent, instrument, what does that mean? So that's why I just simplified that in this slide, so that it doesn't throw you guys off like it threw me off. Okay, so the agent prepositions we'll be discussing are by and from, and the instrument prepositions we'll be discussing are with, through, and by. By is both an agent preposition and an instrument preposition, but you have to make sure you're using it correctly. Okay, so first we have by as an agent preposition. So our first example says, the book was written by me. So remember, agent prepositions tell us who or whom is doing the action. So in this case, it's me that's doing the action. Our second example says, the flight was booked by my dad. So the agent in this case would be my dad. And our last example says, my shoes were designed by Jane Dane. So the agent in this case is Jane Dane. Our next agent preposition is from. So our first example says, I got this purse from my mom. So when you hear from, just think of the source, like where did this thing come from, or where did this item come from? So in the first example, the source is my mom. Our second example says, this package came from Italy. So what is the source? The source is Italy. That's where the package came from. Our last example says, I just ordered some clothes from Amazon. So what is our source? our source is Amazon because that's where the clothes came from. Or if the source stuff confuses you, just think of the source as the agent. So in the first example, the agent would be my mom. In the second example, the agent would be Italy. And in the third example, the agent would be Amazon. Next we have with, which is an instrument preposition. Remember, instrument prepositions tell us how the action was done or what was used to do the action. So our first example says, I cleaned the dishes with a dish towel. So what's the instrument? A dish towel, and the instrument preposition is with, because without with, we can't connect the clauses. In other words, we can't connect each part of the sentence, the first part of the sentence with the last part of the sentence. I try not to use like fancy jargon in my videos. I try to make it simple so that you guys can understand it. Our second example says, I'm eating my cereal with a spoon. So the instrument is the spoon and the instrument preposition is with. Our last example says, she cooked the eggs with a spatula. So the instrument is the spatula and the instrument preposition is with. Next we have through, which is an instrument preposition. Our first example says your skills will improve through consistent practice. So remember, instrument prepositions tell us how the action is being done or what is being used to complete the action. So in the example, your skills will improve through consistent practice. The action is your skills improving, and that will be done through consistent practice. Our second example says the best way to reach me is through email. So the action is reaching me, and that action will be done through email. And our last example says you can check your time off balance through the work portal. So the action is checking your time off balance, and that action will be done through the work portal. Next we have by as an instrument preposition. Remember, by can be used as an agent preposition or an instrument preposition, but make sure you're using it correctly. So our first example says the lady traveled by plane. So what was used to travel? A plane. That's why it's an instrument preposition. Our second example says he commutes to work by bike. So what was used to commute to work? His bike. And our last example says, I will be traveling to California by train. So how will I be traveling? What is the instrument that will be used for this traveling? The train. That concludes our video. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you found this video informative. If you did find this video informative, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, or all of the above, and I'll see you next time.